Hey YouTube, some tips on becoming a better listener. Listening skills are paramount for preppers to make sure they have the right information from sources and that they communicate well with others so there's no misunderstandings. The first tip would be to look the person in the eyes, to give good eye contact and to be welcoming. So maybe like a smile or at least some kind of warm affect. You don't want to be like staring them down with a cold stare and this, frown or smirk on your face. That doesn't do very well, especially with strangers. If you're on the phone or through some type of communication that is not face-to-face, it's good to be prompt in your response so that they know that you're actually listening. The next tip is to open your body when you talk, especially when you're talking in person, to square off a bit and to open your body in the sense of taking your arms, away from the chest area, keeping your arms down and around your hips. You don't want to have your hands all knotted up in front of your chest as a barrier. You don't want to have your body sideways, or bladed so that it looks like that you're just ready to walk off. You want to have body language that isn't defensive. The next is don't wrap your arms in front of your chest because once again, it creates that barrier. Just like if you put something in between you and the other person, or if you create enough distance between the other person when they're talking, it gets less and less personal and it actually seems quite defensive. And so you got to really pay attention though also with what is being said. And that's basically, indicative of how well the person is paying attention to you. Don't interrupt as well. Wait your turn to comment. It's one of the most rude things, though, to jump into, answering a question when they're not even done asking the question. And I'm actually really bad about that. I'm doing a lot better, but it's just sometimes when I get really excited about a topic, I'll try to jump in before it's my turn. And so I'm still learning how to not do that after all these years. And once again, these are some of the bad habits that you have to break. So no one's perfect. Avoid distractions and interruptions. So for example, if you have a cell phone that constantly goes off like mine, or if you get tons of text messages, or if you're on a YouTube channel and you put out a lot of videos like and you're getting comments like all the freaking time, which is cool. You just have to kind of find a way to maybe like mute the phone, turn it off, leave it in the car, whatever, because it becomes disrespectful to the person you're trying to give your attention to, especially when you're looking down to see who just called you. The next thing is there's nothing better really though to reinforce that you heard what you heard than to ask questions based on what they just said. That shows that you're interested and that you really care on what this conversation is all about. And lastly, though, to reiterate what was said if you need clarification. That shows that you respect enough the other person's time that you want to make sure you got what they said that was right. And so re-clarification, which leads into being active and not passive with the listening. And if you need to, as crazy as this sounds, especially if you're on a phone or something and you're not face to face, if you need to write some things down and make some notes, hey, that's cool too. Nothing really wrong with that. That just shows actually that you care that much more. So hopefully this helps a little bit. I sometimes have to go through this list myself and remind myself that these are some ways to better your relations with others and show that you actually care, and to better your options really to understand what you're hearing by increasing your listening skills. Thanks for watching.